I thought it would be like a good idea. But I didn't say I was gonna do it. I just thought it would be a good idea. It'd be a nice clever thing to do. I'm actually gonna do this one. But I feel like I would use it for like text messages.
I think it's cool to write on.
Here at the school, the Apple Watch was so much better before because they changed the network here. Now the network blocks a certain port, so the Apple Watch doesn't work out of so the port, like before, I was just on Wi-Fi. I could see anywhere in the building. Once I'm on the Wi-Fi, I can get news from my phone. I send text, calls, emails. But now they block that port that Apple Watch uses.
Wow.
My mom asked me if I wanted to get it for Christmas, like one of the new ones, and I was like,
And the block ports now.
I'd rather have repairs the new American Eagle jeans than a bit.
Because they block the Wi-Fi. I'm at home.
I'm going shopping next week.
I want one, but I just don't know how long I would use it.
How much do you use it for?
Wait till we get it. I like Noah.
Mason said that she squished with me. No, except her.
And you got
Well, I don't.
I almost guarantee. I almost guarantee yours can be like, nope. Just to put up a fight for no reason.
Or just like some argument.
This morning I sent you the.
He argues just to argue with it.
I sent you the.
I'm gonna text
I
her.
saw it. I got it.
I'm gonna text her right now. I called.
Cody, you can't
Warren,
go to the office, please.
Today's
Cody,
the last day
can't.
I'll see you until Monday.
We're getting no one today.
Okay.
Okay.
Hang on. Hang on, let's hear people. Ah! Oh, we good.
Really? Alex, second period, bro. Second period. Second period was awesome. Second period started off with.
Ah, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try anymore. I get scared away.
Now, after
The funny thing is here, I told Mrs. Scruggs right after you guys left, I said, do you regret it? And she actually said yes. I'm like, good thing it wasn't my mom. She got so mad. And then after that, what?
oh no.
What are you doing?
Now we have to think study
Yeah,
all
hey, guess
together.
what? My parents said last night I can't stay at school. And what happened? She made me stay at school.
And now you're stuck with her every study hall.
I don't care. I can give her text if I want. Who? She hates me. Yeah, Mr. Krause.
Miss Krause.
With that spinny fuel.
Yeah.
Ah,
I wasn't.
Why
I
even not?
wasn't supposed to be in her.
Yeah, I'm
second
not
grade
ready
yet.
at all.
Like,
I just started that. I had studied all week, but today I studied all. I feel pretty confident about it.
Yeah, Alex, at least we have study hall together now.
Yeah, but now I can post you every day.
But now you're stuck there for 2 periods straight.
It worked. When is the Thursday and Friday homework going to be due?
Thursday, Friday's homework will be due Tuesday next week.
Tuesday? Hey, come on, I'll be due Tuesday.
Okay. We got more today. Let's do a quick recap of what we did the last couple days. Just to give you an example, like I want to leave some examples on the board so you can kind of like look up and see what they are, and then I'm going to treat you with some homework, and you can just kind of work on it today. Does that make sense? Okay. After you get back from lunch, I know this is going to seem weird. I'm going to have all the desks rearranged. Don't be like thrown off by it. I have a test right after your class today, and I want to have all the desks set up. So when you walk in here like after lunch, just sit down wherever your stuff's at. It's not a big deal. You can move them around too, but I'm gonna change the desk for my test for period 6, so that way I don't have to waste the first 10 minutes of class randomly. So. Yeah, I want to try to get those desks moved before those kids walk in. So that'll be like when you guys go to lunch, I'm gonna move them around, and when we get back, and stuff will be in a different spot probably. But. Okay. Let's talk about what we've been going over. We've been multiplying and dividing whole numbers, mixed numbers and improper. I'm going to try to do kind of like one of each. I'm going to leave 4 problems on the board for you today. So let's do the first example. Let's do multiplying, and let's do it for mixed numbers, and then we'll do another example of multiplying for improper, and then we'll do division, and we'll do that for both. I'm going to leave the 4 examples on the board so you can actually use that for your homework today. I'm just going to make up some numbers just so they're kind of easy. Let's go with like 8.5 times 3 4/5. I'm just going to pick some basic numbers. All right. What we talked about when we multiply mixed numbers, we have to change them to improper first. So changing these to improper, you take the 8 times the 2, and you add the 1, and this will be all over the 2. The 2 will have to be the bottom number, right? That's how we changed it improper. Times 3 times the 5, add the 4 on the top, and this is all over the 5, right? Because that's the bottom number. So that means the top is going to be 16 plus 1, which is 17. And over here, this is 15 plus 4, which is 19 over 5. And now we're going to multiply straight across. Now here's the thing. Usually when we multiply, I always tell you to break them apart, correct? 17, there's no numbers going to 17 other than 17 to 1. 19 is the same thing. There's no numbers to break up there. So those are pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And then the numbers in the bottom won't simplify at all because it's 2 and 5. So it's only thing we cancel top and bottom diagonally would be 1s. So no worries there. So we multiply straight across. The bottom number, when I multiply, will be a 10. That's kind of easy, right? The top number is really big. It's almost 340 minus 17. What is that? 223. 323. Let me do the math on this side. So 17 times 19. Trying to do that in my head. So 3, 36, 9, 15. Guard dogs 7, 1. That's 3. That is a 12, 3, 1, and yeah, so 323. So, all right, so 323 over 10. Now, the last step here is changing this answer back to a mixed number. So, because this is improper, right? So changing that back, the trick was to put 10 on the outside, 323 on the inside of the house. And now we're just going to do the work here. How many times can 10 go into 32? 3 times. That would be 30, right? We get the number 2 when we subtract. Bring down the next number, which is 3. How many times can 10 go into 23? Twice. 10 times 2 is 20. And we get a remainder of 3, right? So what is my final mixed number on this problem? 32. 3 tenths. Yeah, 3 tenths. So this is the final answer. 32 and 3 tenths. So it's the remainder over the common number. When you're actually multiplying today, I want you to change it to improper. See if you can simplify. If you can't, like this one, you go straight across. And then whatever this answer is, if it's improper, we have to change it back. Now again, if you need calculators today to double check to see if you did it right, you can always do that. You can use the rules like we talked about yesterday to double check your answer. Okay, any questions with that one? Question?
I just noticed something really ironic. Okay, you see the 323
Yes.
over 10? And the mixed number is like 32, 3 over 10.
That works for tenths. That works for tenths.
So that means you could like take off half a number and just put it.
So it's the front 2 numbers and the 3.
I forgot.
Yeah, that works for tenths, not any other number.
Really? So if you do like
Yeah,
that?
so like if there was a 10 on the bottom, there was some other number. It's these 2 numbers and this is the remainder.
Why haven't I used like 2 numbers only?
That's so easy.
Yeah, it's quick.
We do that.
Yeah, if it's a 10. Yeah.
Dang.
That only works for tenths. That's a good observation. All right. So let's go to the next one. Let's do another multiplying, but I want to do improper to start with. So something like turn out to be like a nice whole number, but you'll see what we're going to get here. Okay, now the first step, let's change these to improper. What is the number 8 as an improper fraction? 8 over 1. Okay, so we can put that as 8 over 1. All right, now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to simplify. I like to simplify first. If you're not in that, isn't it like handy you like to just go straight to that right away? That's fine. We don't get the same answer as what I'll get. We need to simplify the 9 is what? 3 times 3? And 2 is 3 times 1. What about 8? Yeah, 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 times 4. And the 1 on the bottom is 1 times 1. All right, now we can start crossing things out that have in common. Nothing here, nothing there, diagonally nothing, and actually 2's. All right, so the 2's are gone, diagonally anyway. And now when we go straight across here, what we're going to be left with is 3 times 3, which is 9, times 2, which is 18, times another 2 is 36. That's 4 times 9. And then on the bottom, 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. And what is your final answer? 36. Again, how we know that? It's over 1, so you get rid of 1. But if you put it in like long division, or on the outside of 36 in the house. Any questions with that particular problem? Now that's a rarity, right? We got a whole number in the end. If that was improper, like a weird number, we'd have to simplify it or try to change this back to a mixed number. Okay, that's multiplying. Now let's talk about a division problem. I might just do 1, just because division is kind of the same rule of how we multiply. So let's kind of stick with something small. Let's go 1 and 1/2 divided by, let's go with something small. Let's go with 3 and 2 fourths, or 2 fourths. No, 2 fourths. 2. Let's go 4 and 2/3. That'll be an easy number. I'm going to stick with something simple. All right, so this is my division problem. Now, what's the first rule we need to do? We're going to flip the sign later, but what's the first step? You're right, we're going to do that. Improper, yeah. We'll do improper first, then we'll do what Beth said, where we got to flip the symbol. So, improper here, what do we get? We get 1 times 2, the big number times the 2, and then add the top number, and that's all over 2, divided by 4 times the bottom, and then we're going to add the top, that's all over 3. Okay, that's the bottom number always kind of stays there when we do these. Now, simplifying this out, what do we have? We have a, on the top here, we have 2 plus 1, which is, what is that, 3 over 2, divided by. Over here, that's 12 plus 2, which is 14, all over 3. And now we're going to do what Beth said. We need to flip the symbol, and that fraction is going to flip over. So this problem is going to turn into this. 3 halves times 3 over 14. We change that to multiplying, and the second fraction has to flip. That was the rule. That's called a reciprocal. Right? We're doing a reciprocal to that second fraction. Now we can look diagonally to see if they have anything in common. I know that they don't, but if you want to take a look at that, the number 3 is 3 and 1. Okay? Number 2 is 2 and 1. The number 3 over here is 3 and 1. And this 14 is 2 times 7. So diagonally, they don't have anything other than the 1s, which don't really count. But when I go straight across, 3 times 1 times 3 is 9. 2 times 2 is 4 times 7 is what, 28? And that's your final answer. It's not improper anymore. It actually turned out to be a nice fraction. There's nothing to simplify there. We don't need to change it back. Now the rule was when you divide by really big numbers, your answer will be small. When you divide by small numbers, the answer will be bigger. It's just kind of a weird quirk. That's the complete opposite of multiplying. When you multiply by big numbers, the answer is big. When you multiply by small numbers, the answer is small. Okay, questions, comments, how this works? Okay, homework today, because I do want to give you some time where you can actually work on this. This assignment is due on Friday this week. Homework will be due on Friday. Friday is the 18th this week. First page, there's 2 pages we pick from. Just a couple problems from each. So, we're on page 71, numbers 9 through 14 on that page. And then we're jumping to page 74, and we're going to do 5 through 12 on that page. And that's it. And the exercises on those, I believe they're the only ones on the page. We don't have to worry about it. I'll take a look one more time to make sure it's not like that says A or B. Pretty sure those are the only ones on the page. If I didn't write any exercises down.
On there and 74 on there.
So, the only ones on the page, 71, 74. Alright, if you owe me anything, like page 67, 68, or any of the homework that's before that, like if you have ends in the grade book, I'm going to ask you to stick around after school today to kind of work on those during the study hall that we have after school. So make sure if you haven't turned those in, you get those done. I think I went through all the grades the other day to make sure. So let me go through the grade book here. We'll see if anyone's missing. So like Beth, I'd like you to stick around and try to work on like page 62 or the worksheet 2.7 if you have that. Sean, if you haven't got page 62 done, then you need page 62, 1 through 14, exercise B. And get that one. I think you did the first page, but not the second page. And then in-class mapping problems, I never got those handed in. Those are the ones where you have to figure out what kind you're hitting.
Yeah, I did those on paper.
Okay. You're gonna stick around after school day, and we're gonna during the study hall. Okay, it looks like we'll have a test in, well, I was gonna have it next Thursday, Friday kind of time frame for us. Problem is, we don't have it next Thursday, Friday. Thanksgiving. So it'll be the week after. So it'll likely be a Wednesday after that. Maybe next week sometime I'll hand out the practice guides more next week.
So is it your signature problem?
Just